AMECEA was founded in order to compare notes on pastoral issues, on the catechesis, on liturgy, on theology, and the way of being as Catholics. And it's very important, and we see that different offices at AMECEA, of pastoral, of communication, then human integral development, and social issues and peace. So up to 2018, our plenaries were coming after 3 years, but now we extended to 4 years. So 18 to 2022, that's 4 years. And we shall have the plenary session that is coming forth, which is the 20th AMECEA plenary session in Tanzania. And the coming here for the executive board meeting is a way of looking at loose ends and ensuring that we tighten everything and we get ready for this important meeting of living together as families in the AMECEA region. It's a very important meeting. It accords us the opportunity of interacting with our brothers and sisters, to compare notes on our successes, challenges, and failures of pastoral nature, and being as one church in the Roman Catholic Church. So this is where we are, and this is what we are doing. You know, whenever we have the plenary session, we generate resolutions that drive the agenda of the next epoch, that is 4 years. So at those resolutions, we want to see how the different Episcopal conferences of the member countries are going to respond to them and do the implementation. So the Catholic Secretariat of AMECEA is the search engine, is the nerve center that rejuvenates the approach and the implementation of these resolutions, so that all of us who are members, we attend to them and we implement what we resolved to do for ourselves in the advancement and efforts of evangelization in our region. So this plenary session, it helps us to come together as bishops and also priests and religious and the lay faithful, to look at ways on how we have responded, how we have fared, and how we have lived our calling as members of AMECEA. What influenced our theme this time of the environmental care and the integral human development is the encyclical of Pope Francis, Laudato Si. Laudato Si has a significant meaning to Pope Francis and wants to share this with the entire world. And I think it's a felt need, and it was provisional by the power of the Holy Spirit. You know, Pope Francis takes his name under the inspiration of the Seraphicum Father, St. Francis of Assisi. St. Francis of Assisi, in one of his canticles, he praised God for the gift of human nature and the gift of the environment. And Laudato Si just says, praise to our God, in appreciation of what God has created. And this is much more depicted from the Genesis narrative stories of creation, where God on the first day created this up to the 60th day, and then he rested. And for every creation, God decreed it was good. Therefore, as human persons, we have dented God's goodness due to our own egoistic and selfish tendencies. And therefore, we have departed a little bit from the design of God. So Laudato Si is a call to come back to the Father and be able, as stewards made in the image and likeness of God, to recreate what God has given us, to take leadership and also as stewards to be responsible enough. But we have realized what we have done to the environment. The pollution that is going on of air, of land, and of water, which have side effects to our lives, which are hampering our development and sustainability of human life. Therefore, we are enfeebled and we feel sorry about this. Therefore, and for AMECEA, we have taken this as an opportune moment to reflect the inspiration of the Holy Father on Laudato Si, and see and reflect on how we can improve on the regeneration and the creation of the environment to take care of it. And also, as human persons, we are made integrally, and we want to create this justice and peace in our relationship and in the way of tendering to the environment that God has given us. You know, we see the depletion of trees, the destroying the soil, the contamination of water, and the side effects are insurmountable. So we would want to slow down and say sorry. So in this plenary, we would want to focus our energies and also take that as a means of evangelization, to work with the civic authorities, leaders who are running our countries, to protect the environment that God has given us, to help in generating it using means that are helpful, means that restore the environment. So this plenary is very important in the sense that it accords us an opportunity to evaluate ourselves in the face of what we have created, out of our ways of being selfish, in the depletion of the natural world that God has given us. We are so obsessed with the service of ourselves, and we are not looking into the future. What we are enjoying today is what our foreparents kept for us. They preserved it. But once we destroy it, the future generation, what are they going to find on this earth? So it is a call to responsibility of proper stewardship, so that we become responsible enough and ensure that we promote ways and means that promote the sustainability of our environment. The participation is open and somewhat closed because we can only admit such a number to the gathering. One, it's all their excellencies, the eminences, the bishops. Two, are priests and religious who are designated in different areas, who have their tasks at the secretariat of every Episcopal conference, guided by the secretariat of AMECEA, and the religious organizations, the groupings of the sisters, groupings of the dozen priests, and groupings of the religious men. And these come together with the lay faithful, those selected lay faithful who are well positioned and informed and adequately prepared to attend to the theme that we have, that is guiding the forthcoming convocation. So these are the people who qualify. And we are talking about 150 dioceses in the AMECEA region, and some dioceses have the auxiliary bishops. So by and large, we can say about 130 to 160 bishops, then priests and religious, those I mentioned, who are well designated and given the task in the governance of the church. And of our lay people, you know, the laity, we have the three groups there. The Catholic Organization for Women, Catholic Organization for Men, and the Catholic Organization for the Youth. And the youth has three spots there. We have the Holy Childhood, we have the young youth, and the adult youth. So I would want to hear from them and compare notes together in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, so that we remain relevant to the core of His Holiness, in Laudato Si and create justice for the preservation of our environment. The selection is by and large done by the different groupings that I've mentioned, have also their tenure of office. Much more we are focusing on those who are in office today. AMECEA, which is the religious organization for the sisters in Eastern Africa, they have the new leadership that they ushered in. So those are our point of contact. Then the Association of Catholic Clergy, the diocesan priests, and then the Association of the Religious Men, involving the priests and the brothers. And then the leadership of the laity. So these groupings that are coming to this special meeting are designated by the office that they are serving. And that is what motivates the membership. We are hoping that an organization like you, my brothers and sisters, the Capuchins, and the associate members of the Capuchins, and their studios, and the AMECEA Media Secretariat, where we have Father Kaofa, Sister Jacinta, and the rest, and other organizations that are running media houses, that they are prompted by this invitation and come and cover the event live. We hope that we can also stream the activities so that across our region and our globe, they come to the knowledge of what our meeting is all about. So that is, I think, our way of looking at matters, so that the meeting that would only allow a certain number, their deliberations are shared with the entire world. We are happy with the technology in the media that we can easily accomplish that. So that is our way of looking and our projection. What we came here for the executive board meeting is one of the ways of participating. So we have a build-up. When the theme was declared, we sent the communication to the conferences. And the conferences disseminated that information to the dioceses. The dioceses to the deaneries, deaneries to the parishes, parishes to the small Christian communities and outstations, then to the families. So it's a theme that is well communicated. If it has not been, then you, the media, you have the challenge to ensure that as part of this family of AMECEA, you help in the dissemination of this information. And the leadership that has been elected in the different conferences are coming with this backup. And they are bringing their expertise and the information that they have gathered to the fore so that we discuss. So the plenary is a culmination of these processes of consultations that are building up into the climax of holding the actual 20th plenary session for AMECEA. As AMECEA chairman, my office is here in Nairobi, Kenya. Any disruption of peace in Kenya affects me greatly. And as Africans, by and large, Kenya is our city. I mean, Nairobi is our city, and Kenya is our country. And we relate with the country of Kenya with love. Therefore, as we prepare for the forthcoming general elections, we do not want the repeat of 2007. That was very embarrassing and a disgrace of the highest order of ourselves. Start fighting as family members, coming from the same house, and you destroy one another, you kill one another, you destroy the little that we have created for the enhancement of our economies. So Kenyans, you have the responsibility. This time around, we will not leave you. Be responsible, continue to create Kenya and Nairobi and all the towns of Kenya with that conducive and serene environment. Conduct your elections responsibly, campaign well, knowing that we are brothers and sisters, made in the image and likeness of God. So when a Kenyan is troubled, A Zambian is troubled, a Malawian is troubled, a Tanzanian, Ugandan, Sudan, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Somalia, mention them, Djibouti. So we are all members of this one family of God. So let us safeguard our nation. The reason why you are going for elections is to elect leaders who are going to be responsible enough and to govern the general citizenry. Now, if you kill those that you want to govern, who are you going to govern? And you never recover completely from war. And it also makes you to destroy what God has given you and what also you have created, what you have made, and the advancement you have made economically, politically, mention them, and theologically. So let us sustain our environment by being faithful to the call of responsibility as we cast our vote in the selection of our leader. Let us choose a leader that will bring peace and ensure the respect of one another and the respect of our Creator, who is our God. So Kenyans, do the best. We are supporting you. We are behind you. Your problem is my problem. We don't want that. That which happened in 2007, it can be avoided if we take love as the way of living. And I think that is my, my advice to Kenyans and the political leaders who are aspiring for office, that we remain peaceful and be just in our dealings.